Hello, my name's Austin Little and I'm a horticulture educator with the University of Illinois, and we're down here in Carbondale today at the Southern Illinois University campus on the College of Ag building here. And so today what we're kind of doing here is we're looking at a research trial on the green roof. So a little bit of background on green roofs just to give you a little bit of an introduction here. Green roofs are a purpose-built, what's known as an ecological infrastructure or green infrastructure, and it's commonly part of a larger suite of stormwater retention and stormwater quality landscape installations. But green roofs also offer a wide range of other benefits, from reduced heating and cooling costs, reduced urban heat island effect, and of course the stormwater retention and recycling, which is probably one of the biggest benefits. But they also add increased space for urban agriculture. So they're part of a suite of novel agricultural environments, or agricultural growing environments. So that's what this is here. And I'm standing in our pepper plots here, our research trials. So this is a trial that's basically looking at the rate of breakdown of organic material in green roof medium, or ultra lightweight medium. And so that's what this material is here. And so this material, it's a growth medium, or growing medium, and it has to be extremely lightweight to stay within the weight load capacities of the roof. So a little bit more background: this is an extensive green roof, and so that means that it's 3 to 5 inches in depth, so it's lightweight. Now the green roofs kind of range all the way up to intensive, where they can be a foot deep, medium, or more. So that just means that the building can withstand a higher weight load capacity. But for the majority of buildings, including the Ag College, it's retrofitted. So it's installed long after the building is originally constructed. And there has to be some restructuring and kind of supporting for these kind of extensive green roofs. So that's what we've got here. And so the question is, how quick does organic matter break down in extensive lightweight green roof medium? There really hasn't been a lot of research into this question. And kind of the hypothesis originally is that organic matter breaks down rapidly in this lightweight medium. That's because it gets a lot hotter up here. The weather conditions are more extreme heating and fluctuations in heating and cooling. And so it's just more of conditions that are going to supposedly, and that was the theory, is quickly break down organic matter. But there really hasn't been a lot of scientific study into it. So that's what we're looking at, and we've got it's a 2-year study basically, and this is a randomized complete block design here with 18 split plots. So we end up with 36 subplots here. And so we started this research last year, and what we're looking at is a range of treatments from 2.5 pounds of added composted manure. That's going to be our organic matter treatment. So in each of these subplots, last year we started on the very first subplot here, and then we just kind of let the other one wait until this year. So we do one split plot in the first year, and then the second year do the second split plot. So the treatments: 2.5 pounds, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, and then no pounds as a control. So we just left it open. And so we're amending this medium in the spring before we plant. Now the idea is we're going to come back the following spring and weigh that plot to see how much of that organic matter, that composted manure or compost, broke down in the soil. So the original kind of conventional thinking was it's going to burn up so quickly because of the environmental conditions up here that are going to encourage breakdown quickly, and basically it's going to neutralize whatever kind of organic matter is in there. But that's not maybe the case. So we haven't really had time to analyze any data yet. We're in the second year here. So this year we're on our second subplots, so that we have a temporal and a spatial kind of duplication there of this study. And so then what we're going to be looking at, once we get the difference in the weights, we're going to be looking at differences between years, within years, and between the treatments in our study. So in addition to that, we're also growing these nice cayenne peppers here, and we've added these in to get some extra data, a little bit of an expanded kind of extended data from this research. And so as you can see, they're just about ready to harvest. So this will be the first harvest of the year. That's about when we start to harvest cayenne peppers, is about early August up here. And so the data that we're taking from the peppers is going to be, we take early season, mid-season, late season vigor ratings. So that is a visual, subjective rating on the overall vigor and kind of the overall performance of each of the treatments in the plots as far as the cayenne peppers go. So for an example, when I do my vigor ratings, I would probably say that, and it's on a 1 to 9 scale, so 9 being the highest vigor, 1 being lowest, I would say that this would be like a 2.5 or a 3, whereas this might be like more of a 6 or 7. So that's kind of the visual vigor rating. So it's pretty hard to get to a 9. I almost never rate anything a 9. Maybe this would be 7.5 here, but that's about as vigorous as any of them are. Okay, so then in addition to that, early, mid, and late season, we also do a radiospectrometer reading, or a SPAD reading, and that is a handheld digital device that we just use to read the active chlorophyll in the leaves. And then that also gives us another kind of more precision reading on kind of the overall activity of the plant, the metabolic activity, and kind of how much growth is happening and how active that plant is. So that's kind of the data that we're taking now. When we go to harvest, we'll take harvest count and then overall weight for each treatment and each plot. So those are the range of data points that we're taking for this study, and hopefully we get some useful information out of that at the completion next year, once we get the differences in weights for the plots. And so that can kind of start to move the base of knowledge further along for extensive green roofs. And again, the main reason that we're looking at this is to get a better base understanding of the rate of organic matter or compost breakdown. There are often recommendations for adding compost to extensive green roofs, but if we do that each year, we potentially start to run into the risk of exceeding our weight load capacities, and then that can really start to kind of take away from some of the benefits of green roofs. We might run into issues with structural issues where we're overloading the roof. Could cause leakage, things like this. Could cause structural problems. So we want to maintain the integrity and the benefits and value of green roofs, especially in urban agriculture. So that is the main kind of outlook and overarching goals of this research trial here. So that is the compost research. Now, so here we're taking a closer look at the construction of the green roof system. So green roofs are a layered, purpose-built green infrastructure or landscape architecture feature here. And so again, this is the extensive green roof system, and it's pretty similar to like an American hydrotech system, something like that. And it consists of a top layer of this GRM, or green roof medium, ultra lightweight medium. And so again, it's just low organic matter. It's comprised of expanded shale clay minerals. So it's like puffed rice. So you think like Rice Krispies or kind of volcanic rock. That's very similar. Very high air porosity in here to keep our weight loads low. So with that, limited organic matter, like maybe 2 to 3% organic matter at most. But what that means is that water drains pretty sharply and quickly through the medium. So to try to recapture some of that medium, we have some some technology here to try to improve our water retention so the plants have a little bit longer access from the water to the roots. Now directly below the GRM, or green roof medium, we do have a layer of heavy-duty landscape fabric. Now here on the end, we pulled this back, so for demonstration purposes, but it's there. There's our heavy-duty landscape fabric as a weed barrier. So one thing we don't want are the weeds from our perennials and things such as this to grow down into this catchment tray. So this is probably one of the more technological parts of the green roof, is this kind of, it's almost like an eggshell crate. And you can kind of see it here. It's got these sections here, or kind of cups, to help hold water for longer. So as it drains quickly through the GRM, this is kind of a secondary catchment that's going to allow water to be able to move back up through the system as the green roof media dries out and as we go through the heat of the day. So that gives a little bit more access to water to the roots, making it a little bit more sustainable, recycling more of that storm water. So below this, there is a layer of heavy-duty plastic, and then you can kind of see that here. So that's kind of the bottommost layer. Below that, well, there's another kind of sheet of kind of barrier fabric, and then a heavy-duty sheet of plastic here. So that is kind of the basic construction, and then it's all framed or bordered by this aluminum, or maybe it's, I think this might be aluminum edging here. So it kind of holds in the different zones or sections of medium here. So we've got this zone here, here, and over here. And that is kind of just a quick overview of the layered system of the green roof. So here we're looking at the ripe cayenne peppers, and these are ready to pick. And this is our first early season harvest, right at about the last week of July, first week of August. And so throughout the season, we'll have maybe 5, maybe even 6 harvests of these cayenne peppers. They really keep producing all the way up until the first hard frost in October, and maybe even up into early first week of November if we're lucky. So they're very productive, and it's easy to tell when they're ready to pick because they turn bright red. And we get a pretty decent yield out of these. At the peak of yield, we'll get maybe 3 or 4 pounds out of the whole the whole plot, or all of the plots combined. So that's pretty decent for a green roof and for kind of these kind of limiting environmental conditions. So it's pretty impressive what we actually can get out of the plants here. Okay, and thank you for joining us today and checking out this video on the green roof at Southern Illinois University and the research that we've got going on up here. So here is my contact information if you have any questions or comments about the video today, or about the work that we do on the green roof at Southern Illinois University here. Please feel free to contact me, and thank you.